Hello, and good afternoon. We're streaming a bit earlier today. How are we doing, everybody? I'm doing pretty well. Had a nice relaxing morning. Got to sleep in a little bit, which is nice after a long set of days on the job. Today we're going to resume creating our Pokemon. So, we left off last time just creating the base form of our starter Olvina. Okay. Today we're going to hopefully finish those two forms, which we should get to. And if we have enough time, I'm also going to start creating the electric bee Pokemon. But for now, let's focus on Olvina. So the if you were here when I was trying to make it in the first place, I was struggling. Let's make it like a little bit more like this actually. I was struggling to come up with a idea for the later forms, but I've got it. So I was thinking, let's do this. I mostly just want that color for the clipboard later. We don't actually need to keep it. But what I'm going to be doing is combining the idea of a crane game with an alien. So we'll have like a so this will be really where the crane kind of comes into play. We'll have it kind of have more dangly loopies. So three dangly loopies and be like this. So it does look like just a bigger version of it. But it is going to be somewhat different. And maybe I want to make the main body a little bit smaller. So let's do this and then this. Because I do think I want a bigger main body, and no, not what I want. Like that. Right. Black. I want it to be. That too short? I want to fix the head a little bit too, because the head seems a little too flat. Or not too flat, but too tall. I want it to be still kind of chonky, or I guess the better word might be stout. Yeah, so like that. But then I also want my tentacles or feelers to be a little bit more long and flowy. Billowy, I guess is a good term to describe that. Kind of like this. Not like that. Kind of like this. This is, I think, my favorite one. Let's kind of like that. That's what I'm looking for. That is what I'm looking for. So I want to get rid of this. Make this not as bold. Get rid of that. I do kind of like the piercing aspect of that, so we'll keep that. Touch that up a tiny bit. Maybe I keep that little tiny bit. Yeah, that's fine. And then I want the other two to be similar-ish. So since we have like this little bit of an indentation here, what we need to do with this one, since it's at a different angle, and I think I want it to be the back side of it. So this one can't look like the other two. It's gotta be more of a kind of this into a fade like... Wow, that worked way better than I was expecting it to. And we add these little indents here. Because unlike here where we're seeing it on the front half, this is seeing the back half. So it's got to have like a little bit of a skin fold right here in order for you to be able to see it. And then we make this last tentacle match it. So I want to keep the same size for the moment. So we'll do this. And then we want it to be big and strong. I don't like that angle. Yeah, kind of like that. It's fine. That's not what I meant. I want like this. And then we go back to the black. A little bit of the indent. Continue. Into the spike. Perfect. That's kind of what I was looking for. I can smooth this out a little bit though. So, because I want it to be a little bit more like... That's perfect. And then let's clean this up a little bit. I need white. And then I should probably put a little bit of skin folds like here as well and here. Maybe not there. That probably needs to go up like there, but not be as deep. So like that a little bit. That should be fine. And then we're actually going to invert the colors here. So start... Actually, let's think about this a little bit. So we're trying to be a sunset, right? I know I inverted the colors for our UFO here, but there's a reason I did that. If you were looking at this Pokemon, right? It's in space, it's in the sky. If you're looking from above, you should see kind of more of the orange tones that the sunset invokes. Because that's how natural camouflage kind of works. Think about fish, for example. With fish, their bellies are going to be white because they're going to be looking up at the surface. You want the lighter color. But if you're looking down, you want the darker color because you're going into the depths. It'll camouflage a little bit better. Now, when you're going with these kind of creatures, like twilight-based creatures, it should be somewhat inverted. Or if you're going with nighttime creatures, you would think it'd be inverted, or usually they're coated all in one color. So I wanted to kind of play around with that, and that's why we did it reverse on the first one. But I think what I want to do for this one is I want it to be stained by the sunset, or yeah, by the sun. So essentially what I want it to be is the coloration should be matching now. And on the last one you'll see we're actually going to have it be red. Okay. But we'll get into that one when we get there. So with this one, it's going to be a little bit more with the eyes. This was the thing I was like struggling with the most is I have like little cutesy eyes. And I guess I could continue with the cutesy eyes. Because I have the effeminate eyes with like the little... Or maybe I make it more interesting. Okay, hold on. That's a interesting... Like, that's a thought process to take. Rather than make it a eyelash, what if I start making it into markings, like alien markings? Kind of like that idea. So let's smooth that out. And then this needs to be a little bit more forceful. A little bit more separated, not that separated. Like this. Like that. And then as it gets bigger, we'll probably make it have a little bit more defined facial markings. I think I'll probably keep the eyes like still feminine-esque, so it'll go upwards. But that should be good for now. And then now we get onto the tentacle portions of it. So I want it to end at like a very rich orange, maybe even richer than that. Whoops. Maybe not quite that rich. Yeah, like there. And that'll be the tentacle portions, will be that color. Alright. And then... And yes, I'm doing this one by hand. I'm not filling it because we're going to be doing something a little bit different with this one as opposed to what we did with the first form. It'll be a bit more complex. So where the spike is. And then for this one, be like this. Okay, and let's clear up that white a little bit. And this one as well. Alright, so that's going to be like it at its most dark. And then I think I will just keep the purple from this one. I want this part to all be, whoops, that's a little much. Maybe like 75%. So like this. And then we can fill the top side of this. And then let's fix up these white lines. Can also make their eyes into all these different shapes. Okay, this is the hard part. Fixing up the eyes. Sorry if I'm focusing. This is not particularly easy. Like it is and it isn't, but like one tiny move and you gotta fix it all. I could make my little brush smaller and that makes it easier. But this is kind of the size I'm working with. It's fine. Just a little bit of this area needs to be cleaned up the most. I will definitely need to change the size on this. Here, there, and that. That line's still bad. Okay, let's just... get rid of those. Like that. It's better. And same here. Pretty much get rid of all these little outline pixels. So one bad thing about the fill tool is it leaves you with a lot of these. I know I can change the settings, but no matter what, you gotta kind of do this. Okay, perfect. There we are. And then what I want as well is to take, hold on, the pipette. Because we aren't using pure white here, I don't think. I believe it's like slight silver. Okay, and then from here we transition. Now, that's the thing. I'm not very good. Like, I don't really like how this turned out, but it's supposed to be a gradual gradient. Let's see if I. Okay, I want this tool. Oh god, okay. We'll make it linear. If I do this to this, that doesn't do nearly what I want it to. We're learning a tool today, guys. Okay, so if I set primary as this. Okay, so if I do primary as that, then let's do this. What? Okay, I want this. And if I do this, gradient. Okay. It's purple at least if I do this. No. Is it this gradient? Getting closer, guys, I swear. It's definitely closer. But I want color 1, color 2. Let's see. Foreground to background. Foreground to transparent, blue. What about this one? It's lifespan. Like, that's not far, but what is this? Steel bar, no. So what if I do? Okay. We're getting somewhere. Okay, let's... I probably want to be using this. Edit. Yes, that's what I want. That is exactly what I want. Okay. If I do this. Perfect, okay. Closer. So we have that. Now, the next question is, how do I just keep it on the inside? I also want it to be a little bit longer, thinking about it. Okay, what is this? It's fine. No, I definitely want this all the way, right? Because, yeah. Okay, we'll call this like the Twilight gradient. Twilight gradient. Okay, and then if I just like, so that makes it huge. How do I make it not so huge? Because I already have this tool like really small. Fill gradients. Yes, I would like to do that. I think just lets me move it. Can I just do this? No. But maybe I can make the gradient here. Pattern. It's multi-fill. No, because I want this tool. I know I want this tool. Shaped. Okay, that goes in there. So what if I do this? Not quite. Bilinear, what is that? Okay, so from both sides. No, I definitely want it just to be linear. What does that mean? No. Dither. I don't know what that does either. Dude, give me a little description. Hmm. Draw a grid. If I... Let's see, if I do something like this, right, then I do the gradient in here. That works. Okay. So then what I need to do is I need to redraw that with the selection tool. Okay. So, yeah, that'll be easy. So let's outline our guy. Oh man, that is such a bad outline. Okay. Whew. This is where I really, really wish I had a drawing tool of some kind. Oh, I just gotta stay as close to the lines as possible. And then like that. Make gradient. It'll be a great idea. It'll be so easy. I get it. It needs to know what to separate into the gradient. But man, this is tough. Okay. We're almost there. Almost there. Alright. Now, purple to that. Okay. I can work with that. Because now... So, okay, for the future, what I need to be doing is I need to put this down first and then do all the outlines of the face and whatnot. But that's fine, because it's the harder part. So I would like to deselect now, which I'm pretty sure is one of these. What is it? What is deselect? I don't remember. Didn't mean to do that. That's deselect. Okay. So now we just need to remake this pretty much. Or remake our outline. Whoops! Forgot I had a pink. Alright. Okay. That's fine. Sorry, I'm focusing real hard on this because I don't want to mess up like I just did. Let's fix the... Okay. Like that. Okay. See, that's gonna be the tough part right there, because it's so... I wish I had a little bit more. You know, we can... Thankfully, that's mostly the same color, so we can just fix that by going back to the purple, doing this. Click that, and I don't know if we'll get to the electric bee, because this one alone has taken a while. Granted, I was fiddling about with the tools, trying to figure out how it worked, which we did. And now we know how to do, so the second one shouldn't be as much of an issue. Alright, let's... Whoa. That's one thing I need to remember to do more when I'm doing these. And I've always been bad at this. Is I need to let go at certain points and then re-click, because it's kind of like a save in a sense with these programs. Is because you can undo, but sometimes you'll make one error after you've done like a decent chunk of work. And if you didn't save by releasing the click, well, then you lost all that work when you hit undo. Okay. There we go. Looks pretty good. I can clean up that a little bit too. Maybe I keep the little, like a little bit of it. I want the something like that, I guess. That's fine. I know there's that little bit of white there, but that's gonna be like a pain in the butt region. Alright, now there is a concern since I flipped it. This is a much darker color. Oh, you can still see its eyes just fine. And then boop, boop. And then another one. Boop, boop. And a little bit there. We gotta lower that a tiny bit. This, right? It's a little too fat now. Maybe like the tiniest bit. And a little bit taller. Perfect. Alright, and then the last thing we need to do is our little antennae. So with this one, I actually think we're going to add an extra antenna. So, and the antennas are going to bend upwards now. They're going to be kind of like the claw. The claw. And we take our little pipette. And then in terms of animating this, I'm not doing all that, just heads up, like, I am not making these things into 3D models or going like that crazy, because that would take literally years for one person to do. And this is fun, but I don't want to 3D model these. But in essence, what am going to do is I'm going to make a little notation here. So it'd be a 1, a 2, and a 3. So if you're familiar with certain crane games, right, they have like little lights on the claw. And I would want these lights to, like, they'll all turn on at certain times, but usually they're just blinking between the different ones. And depending on what actions this Pokemon's actually taking will change when and how its lights are blinking. Oh, I need to add the stars. Right. Alright, there we go. We have our middle form. Now with the name, we shall call you Lunavia. Lunavia. Lunavina. Sure. Oh, I need a real color. I don't know what that was. Lunavina. Alright. And also flying psychic type, as to be expected. Let's save this real quick. And Lunavina. Number 5. I know we went out of order in making them, but it's fine. It's not like the game designers at Game Freak do that either, or like go in order. Alright, but we do need another new one. And this one is going to be the different one. So, my thought process here, right, is, alright, we got the little baby one, then we got the little middle one, and this last one is actually going to be like a representation of the sun for the center, so we're going to go with a red. Like a nice sunset red, like dark. Okay, so it's going to be dark in the center. Like the sun, and we may even do like a half sun kind of dealy. Not sure on that yet. And then it transitions to twilight colors for its tentacles. And at the little bottom of the tentacles, it'll have little tiny Ulvinas. So it's like a mothership letting down the other little baby ships, is kind of the thought process. So in essence, what we're going to do is we're going to do this, then we'll have like one of these, which will have its little tentacles. I don't like that. One. Let's just get rid of this because I don't like this as a base. Okay, so something kind of like this to start with. And then it'll have the orange here. The gradient will be on each of the tentacles separately. And then we'll have the Olvinas just be little tiny, probably tiny suns to start with. So they'll be the orange. Yeah. So that's how we'll do it. Something like this. And then we want to make our selection. That's real quick. I know I'm going to want that. And I want. Okay. I guess I don't need that at the moment, though. I guess I do need that at the moment. Because we want. It's the free one, right? Yes. Okay, so we want you. And then bam. Okay, maybe if I do this. Better. Okay. And then we do the same thing here. Oh, whoops. And then this. Perfect. It's a little bit off compared to the other ones, but that's fine. And then we have one more here, and I should make these bigger. Because you can always go bigger, right? Or smaller, but it's harder to go smaller. That. All right. And now we take this top part, fill. Y. Whatever, it's fine. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, that's why. Yep. That was it. And then we go back here. Clear out this, this, that. I need to be a little bit more careful with this one, because you can kind of see. Like, if you focus really hard, you can see it. It's not quite easy, though. But it is noticeable. Not really from far away. No, it kind of is. Not so much on these two, but this one for sure. But I think that's also because that helps a little bit. Okay. And then we make our black outline again. And let's make you a bit bigger. Also, with this Pokemon, I don't know if I'll actually change it for the others, the other starters, but I'm going to have this one be invert the gender ratio. Because the whole idea on like this evolution specifically is it's the mothership. So rather than there being a lot of males for this particular species, it would be a lot of females. Just because it just kind of works better. Like it flows a lot easier. And Do I want to gradient this too, actually? That's a question. Well, I definitely want this to be a piercing red. And then I guess we can outline it. So it's kind of like a cockpit. Kind of like that. Okay. And that's where the saving thing comes into play. Sorry if I'm way less chatty on this one. This one's way more mechanically involved. And I gotta focus like a lot more. Granted, I've also spent like way more time individually on this guy than the other two stages. But I also put a lot more. Okay, kind of. I put a lot of thought into the rock one. The fighter though, or not fighter, the flying one. Wait, you are the flying one. What was the last one? What was the last one? Not that. It was the fighter. Right, electric fighting type. I remember now. I remember. Uh, this arm pinch part's pretty bad, actually. Yeah, that kind of works. That's fine. It is fine. And then we need the eyes. This out like that, just like before. Is that too much? I think that's a little too much. Okay, I think I don't like the bottom section though. Maybe it's more of a... And don't like that so much either. Eh. No. I don't even really like that all that much anymore. What if instead we just go... Okay, but if I do that, this needs to be more straight. Because you look mad. Still look mad. Okay. Maybe it's cause... Too close. It might also just be the angle, the thickness. think it's the thickness actually of this part. Hmm. And also, this is taller and thicker. This is only like 3 pixels. This is a 4 pixel thickness. So we need to reduce that by doing this. Okay, that was too much. That's it. And then I think I want a little bit more just to keep it somewhat alien-esque. So what if I do like that? I kind of like it. Yeah, we'll keep it. Because, like, either it's like blushing cheeks, or it looks like two dragons, or I guess like two creatures. Yeah, I like it. Okay, and then we need to put the little baby ones. So the baby ones are gonna have. Oh, also, actually, we need one. Let's be more like a 1, 2, 3, and it does have a fourth. And it's going to be red. Is that the red? I think that is the red. Yeah, that's the red. And yellow. Maybe. So what if instead here. Oops. We keep this one at 2, and this one becomes 3. Dang it. And when this one becomes 3, so 1, 2, and 3, it'll be red, orange, and purple. We might work around with that. I don't know how much I actually like that. We'll make, we'll do the star outlines in a sec. And whoops. Uh, like That's too blocky. That. Something like that. And then we fill them with the purple. Uh, let's just use the fill tool, that's fine. That's going so much further than I want it to, because I don't want to have to redraw their line. So we're not going to. I could change... Whoops. I could change the threshold, but it's not worth it. Alright, and then last but not least... Oh, I guess not last, because we're also going to put the little stars. Little sleeping faces. And now, last but not least, little stars on our tentacles. And we'll put them on the children, too. It's like too many, it'll be like... Okay. There we go. There is... It's not quite 100% what I want it to be, but it's closer. I may... Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sit on this for a little while. Like, I'm gonna end this stream here in just a bit, but let me lay out what our plan is. I'm gonna sit on this for a little bit. I'm not even gonna name it or give it its Pokedex entry yet, because there's like some things I may want to change with this design. But overall, I kind of like the direction it is. I think I want to incorporate more red onto this top part. Maybe even make it a silver. Not sure yet. That's why I'm going to think about it for a little bit. And then tomorrow what we'll do is we'll finish whatever design like changes I want to do. And then from... Actually, we will name this now. Just so I have something to name it in the files. So we will call you... Mothership, stars, sunlight, twilight. Twymon, Twymother. Tentalite. Tentalite. We'll name it that for now, Tentalite. Okay, Tentalite. Number 6. Alright. Well, that's what we're going to work with for now. I may change the color on the antennas too, because we kind of got rid of the yellow. Maybe I'll make them more star-like as well. Sorry for the prolonged silence on these later ones. This one required a lot of thinking. Like the other ones were like easy, quick, but I don't know. There's a lot of um, thought that you could put into this one. It's not quite where I want it. It looks a little too gestury for me, for instance. So that's kind of why I'm like, what do I change? But we are getting close to that hour mark. So that will be it for today. I want to thank anyone that has stopped by or stops by in the future. And for those who are watching this on YouTube, I've noticed that we've started getting like some views on YouTube. Not many, just in the single digits. One of them, I think, hit double digits. But just in case you want to watch in person while I'm doing this, because I am taking feedback into account, you can go ahead and go to Twitch, and I am under the Sir Lord at Twitch. It has like a little coughing as the profile picture. And yeah, you can help design, give suggestions, feedback. Um, I will say though, I am not the greatest artist. I probably will never be very good at doing like this art stuff, but do take that into account when providing feedback. Like, don't just say it sucks because like your drawing skills are terrible. I'm aware. I am very aware that my drawing skills aren't that great. This is mostly to provide like a concept, right? So if someone with significantly more talent than me in the arts department like wanted to, they could have a baseline and create something out of this. It's kind of like what is that term? Uh, it is when you have storyboarding to an extent, where you create the concept and then it's just kind of the idea, the skeleton, I guess. But yeah, so I appreciate everyone stopping by, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.